Out here in my backyard, I haven't treated this patch of grass organically, and I also haven't treated it chemically, which means the natural weeds are out competing the grass in many cases. Look at this dandelion. A nice burst of wind is going to blow those seeds everywhere and probably even have more dandelions next year unless I do something about it. In the old days, I would have been tempted to treat this entire area with something known as weed and feed. Now it feeds the grass chemically and it kills the weeds chemically. Well, in a Safe Lawns program, that product is off the table. Now, if you want to take care of the weeds organically, there are many ways to go about it. There are two different kinds of products on the market. One is a pre-emergent control and one is a post-emergent control. In a pre-emergent control, the product coats the soil so that the seeds can't germinate through the product. In a post-emergent control, it kills the weeds on contact. Well, today we're going to talk about the only pre-emergent control of note in an organic program. It's made from corn gluten. Now, corn gluten meal was patented by researchers at Iowa State University in 1991 because they discovered that it did have the pre-emergent weed control. Now, you take the product like this. You see, it just looks like corn almost. It's actually safe enough to eat. One of the beauties is you could put some milk on this and have it in your cereal if you wanted to. It doesn't taste all that good, but you could do it if you wanted to. You can apply this product with your kids playing on the lawn, with your pets running on the lawn, with your horses grazing in the field. They'd be absolutely fine. And again, I could eat this myself. Like I said, doesn't taste too good. But you can pour it right into the hopper, just like any other lawn fertilizer. And you want to apply it just like any other lawn fertilizer. And you go back and review the section on area, length times width, so you know how much to apply it according to the instructions on the bag. Now, as you can see, applying corn gluten is no more or less difficult than applying any other lawn fertilizer that you've ever used. But let's talk about corn gluten as a pre-emergent weed control. Timing of the application is critical. It has to go down in the spring before the crabgrass begins to germinate. Pretty much pre-emergent controls are geared toward stopping crabgrass from germinating. Now, timing of application, that's early spring in the north, even earlier in the south. The best timing is to go when the forsythia bloom in the north, and that's usually around April. You have to have the product on the ground before those plants come into bloom or just as they're blooming. In the southern areas of the country, that's usually when the dogwoods start to bloom. If the dogwoods have already bloomed or the forsythia has already bloomed, it's too late that season to do anything about pre-emergent controls for crabgrass. Now, a lot of people have asked me, does corn gluten really work in weed control? Well, the best answer is going back to Iowa State. They admit that this product is only about 65% as effective as the pre-emergent crabgrass controls that are made from chemicals. But does that mean that you shouldn't run out and buy corn gluten? Well, absolutely not, because there's one primary benefit. Take a look at this bag marketed by Bradfield Organics out of St. Louis. It has 9% nitrogen. In the world of organics, that's one of the highest concentrations available for nitrogen. That means 100 pounds of corn gluten has 9 pounds of nitrogen. Nitrogen is what gives your grass all that nice green growth, especially in the springtime. So you can put corn gluten down in the spring. That's a wonderful addition to your lawn care program. Let's take another look at this dandelion in my backyard, because one thing you should know about corn gluten, it's not going to do anything to kill this dandelion or any other perennial weeds this year because they've already germinated up out of the soil. You need a post-emergent control to get rid of the dandelion. Actually, if you pour the corn gluten on the dandelion, it may actually grow a little larger. Now, it may help stop some of these seeds from germinating later this summer. See how they all blow away? They land in the soil. The corn gluten can help you with that. But as for killing this dandelion right now, the corn gluten is just not going to get the job done. Now, because the weed control properties of corn gluten are somewhat marginal, the Bradfield Organics company doesn't even mention weed control as one of the properties on the bag. They do warn people, however, not to apply this product in the same period of time that you're going to overseed with your grass. So in other words, if I'm going to put down grass seed, I need to wait 6 weeks before I apply the corn gluten. Now here's an area right here that we overseeded this spring on camera on Safe Lawns. This is 6 weeks ago. I could